Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in today. First of all, I'd like to say Happy New Year's to everyone, and also I'd like to say I'm sorry. Halloween special, late, second year in a row, and also my first annual Christmas special, also late, because it's not Christmas, but you know what? It's never too late to have a little bit of fun. Nothing like watching a grown man play with some toys on his phone, right? But you know what? It's rewind time. Yeah, that's hot. First of all, I like to start off with showing off the box. First of all, right off the bat, we got Chainsaw Clark. Has ever seen National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation? Well, you should. I like the box for the fact that it looks like the old VHS tape. Yes, I do know what a VHS is. Hell, I own plenty of them. In fact, I probably one of the only people in this part of town that owns a working VCR. So kudos to me. It is by NECA, so it is really good quality. Look at that face. Look at that smug. Look at that smug man with tweaking a little bit of psychoticness coming out of there. There's the back. He's got the mask and the chainsaw. Now, I have seen some reviews. I'm not the only person that's ever done this. I fear that mine has issues, and I know that right off the bat when I took it out of the box. I'll go into that in just a moment. But let's show off his accessories first. His iconic chainsaw. I'm holding it upside down. That's how you hold a chainsaw. What's the deal with chainsaws these days? It does have it. It's very well detailed. I mean, it is NECA. Yeah. Here's his mask. That is right out the box. It looks like Jason Voorhees got pummeled by Babe Ruth. It's the only baseball player that I can really think of. I mean, I'll go into that too. There's some issues with this figure. Coolest part about this figure is you get the Wally World Cup, and it's not really coming in too well on the camera. But yeah, that's the Wally World Cup. The moose. And he does come with some hands, which also have issues. But he can hold the Moose Cup from Wally World, and he can also hold with this hand. No, hands normally hold things, so that's kind of a thing. But yes, so that's that. Now onto the figure. Now, right off the bat, let's actually show off his details. Looks very scared. He does have really good posability for the most part. I am kind of afraid to move a lot of stuff on this figure because of his hand. And I'll go into that in a second. He does have some posability. He does have a knee joint. He does have a slight waist. He's got some slight foot tiltage. I won't show you anything with this hand because that hand's broken. And it took me a minute to try to get that to actually go back on. It does have a hinge, and it does swivel. There's a mushroom peg, sort of. I think that's what it is. I'm having a brain fart. He can turn his head, and I'm just very iffy on doing a lot with this figure. It's probably just going to be a Christmas decoration for here on out. I was trying to switch out his hands with these ones, and the paint all started kind of... you can't really see it. It doesn't do it very good justice. But the paint on the peg was coming off, which is expected, but it was more or less what happened to this hand. The hinge has this really, 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 really thin little plastic bar that runs through. Well, that decided to come off completely and break when trying to switch out the hands. I was doing it very carefully, and trust me, I do that all the time. Most of the figures I those Marvel and the Lightning collection, they've all got the same concept with how the hands go in. So I was very safe, and it just busted. And it took me a minute to try to get that little pin back in through there. So that hand's just gonna always stay on there. That's the hand that holds the chainsaw too. And that goes into another issue. I'm not too sure if NECA sent out a bad batch, but the handle's supposed to come off, and this bar is supposed to come off. This bar right here, and this part on the handle. It's supposed to disconnect so he can hold it. Well, mine's glued. And that laugh part was not intended, but it went perfectly. Yes, mine is glued, and my mask is so warped and out of shape that it's almost fragile trying to even make an attempt to put that on the top of his head. So unfortunately, good old Clark Griswold will not be ever holding his chainsaw and wearing his mask, nor will he ever be holding his Wally World Cup. So, but you know what? It's a good figure. I do like it. I'm gonna actually reach out to NECA and see if they might, send me a replacement. Oh, also his vest does open up, so that is kind of funny. I guess that's the best way to put it. Oh, it's funny. His vest can come off. But you know what? I can overlook. Oh, also, I don't know if anyone else has this problem, but his feet are all messed up. He cannot stand straight. His feet are all messed up too. But you know what? It's gonna be put back in the box, and come around next Christmas, it'll just be set up in the box as a decoration. Part of the new family decoration of Christmas time and Crimbus. Oh, Merry Crimbus, by the way, to everyone. So, that's that review. Final thoughts on that figure. It's a good figure. It has flaws. It has more flaws than I'd like to admit, but we all can't win, right? Now, this next one was my Halloween, and I was going to do this forever ago. I did start doing a slight filmage of it. Filmage? Is that even a word? Filmage. I was going to start filming it, and I did film a part of it, and it just, for some reason, it wasn't right, and then it ended up getting put off well over a month. So I present to you, and I'll show off the box first. I got the Ectotron Transformer. It's part of their 35th anniversary. Transformers and Ghostbusters are celebrating their 35th anniversary this year, and I kind of find it funny that I'm talking about stuff that came out in the 80s. You got Christmas Vacation. Well, did Christmas Vacation? I think it came out in like I can't even think of what year that movie came out. I think it was like the early 90s. I don't think it was too far into the. I can't remember. But I mean, I just find it funny that, because Chevy Chase did a lot of stuff along with a lot of the actors who were in the Ghostbusters movie. So yeah. So anyways, I like the box. It's very 80s. There's the side of it. Got the Ghostbusters symbol, 35th. On the front, you got the Ghostbusters and the Transformers, 2019. Got the back. I don't know if you can read that. So I just really like the iconic design to it. Autobot, of course, he's an Autobot, Ectotron. His function is a paranormal investigator. When life splatters you with marshmallow goo, just go with it. When the Ghostbusters need a ride to the next paranormal hotspot, it's nice to have one who can also handle a proton pack. So that's actually pretty cool. So, now bear with me. I have not done a lot with this figure by a long shot, but it is spectacular. And I do know there's a lot of people who don't like it. They say it's too clunky. It reminds them too much of, what was the line? Combiner Wars. But to me, you know what? It's a Ghostbusters Transformer. I'm just glad that we actually have one. He does come with a little tiny Slimer that is translucent. It is unpainted, unlike the one that came with the... not BotCon, the San Diego Comic-Con Optimus Prime that was done in the Ghostbusters theme and the trailer and everything with it. His was painted, but that's okay. I don't mind. It's Slimer. So, first of all, let's get some close looks on there. Does have his name badge, much like all the other Ghostbusters have their name badges on their chest right there. Does say Ectotron. I do like his face sculpt. You can kind of see his eyes, but for the most part, he's got the goggles going across the top of his head. Does have pretty good posability for being the figure that he is. He does have a swivel for his shoulder. He does have a joint right up at his shoulder. He's got kind of like a double joint, slightly. Oh, his proton pack fell off. There we go. Just pops right back on. So, he does have some, good posability. He's got a mushroom tab, and his hands are on a swivel. Not to be confused with Swivel Man. He does not have a waist articulation. His proton pack keeps coming off. Stay on! He does have good leg posability. He can do a pretty good kick. Yeah! Does have a mushroom peg too. That's what I meant to say, not tag. A mushroom tag. So he can make it look like he tripped and he hurt himself real nasty. Real nasty. Does have a knee, and he does have some foot articulation, which is on a swivel. The head is also on a swivel, so you can do a full 360, which it's not something that you would normally do. And it does have a little bit of posability with the neck due to transformation, so he can nod. The back side of him, he does have his proton pack. There we go. I'm just in a bad position. Here we go. He does have the proton pack. There is some slight parts forming, but considering what it is before the proton pack, I can make do. Does have his weapon, which is the actual proton pack's gun. Power cord does plug into it. They did a good job with this figure. And take it from me being a big fan of Ghostbusters and being a big fan of Transformers after all these years, having a figure that combines both of them, the possibilities are endless for them to do any other kind of crossover. So, we're going to go into transformation. So, we're going to disconnect that from his back, and we're going to unplug the gun. So we've got the proton pack disconnected, and bear with me, I haven't transformed this for quite a while, so we're gonna go on right ahead. So you're gonna want to turn parts on his shoulders around, bring his hands in. You're gonna want to open up his chest, pop his head down in there, and then you're gonna want to close all this up. His arms do go inside, and you're gonna kind of want to just pop everything all into place. If it'll cooperate with me, because who you gonna call? Probably a good lawyer. So and then that should just all tab together. For some reason this is giving me some slight issues, but it's fine. Okay, so we got the front part done. So as you can see, it is Ecto 1. And you want to bring these panels down from the side, like so. And pop those right in. I do like the simplicity of this transformation, by the way. So, next, pop the feet in. These back parts, which is his heels, which that one was already popped in. So like at this point, pop that in. If you want, you can take the little ladder off. So it makes it a little bit easier. You come in through the front, you pull those down, and then you want to just bring all that back in. Make sure everything's all there. And there's going to be a couple tabs. Actually, yeah, there's going to be 2 tabs. Want to just press those in, and then the rest of it, you just pop it in like that. Okay, so we got it at that point. So now you can see, like, oh, there's a gap right there. Well, that's when this comes into play. Disconnect this. You know, let's readjust myself. Here we go. It's a little bit more comfortable. So, converting the proton pack into the top with all the utilities and everything on Ecto-1. You want to pull this little tab out, and this plugs in right in this base right here. And you want to just completely fold it back like this. So it goes from this position into this position. And then you can adjust just that. That just pops up. And then next, and it's been a minute. Okay, here we go. So you take this, and there's 2 tabs right there. There's one right there, one right there. Corresponds to right there and right there. And it all just pops in. Okay, I had to fix that. So now what you do, you actually have to move this slightly out of the way. Okay, there we go. That pops in. Voila. And then, so we got it like this. We got a tab right here, a tab right here, and a tab on this end that's on this block. That's going to correspond to right there, and then right underneath it. Actually, Well, this is becoming quite the pickle. For some reason, it's just not cooperating with me this time around. Okay, there we go. So there's a tab this is supposed to go into, and I'm not seeing exactly where it's supposed to go in. So, all right, you know what? This is becoming quite the experience. Go. A little bit of brain power can go a long way. Okay, hey, there we go. And then finally, this little tip right here does plug in this little hole right here. And then you do after, and take the proton pack gun, and you can plug it in right onto the side. Or actually, I think they gave it its own little spot, if I'm correct. Yeah. Alright, and there we go. There is Ecto-1 in all of its glory. And this is such a cool figure. And oh, before I forget. Let's get this all plugged in. Alright, there we go. So, there's Ecto-1. Beautiful, beautiful, well done figure. Great job, Hasbro. I'm looking forward to more crossovers, and a little extra bit with good old Slimer right there. He does have a peg right on the very bottom, and it can plug in right on this peg right here. There you go. Got good old Slimer going with them to go bust some ghosts. Some ghosts of Cybertron's past. It's part of the comic book. If you guys haven't checked out this comic book, it is fantastic. I'm almost all the way to the end of it. It's well done. Great job, IDW. So there you guys go. Ecto-1. Ecto-1 and Clark Griswold. Two iconic 80s figures. Can't go wrong with that. So I have nothing to complain about this Ecto-1. I don't have a bone in myself to complain about it. It's beautiful. It's very nostalgic. It's a good figure. If you guys can pick it up, I totally would. Looks perfect with your, classics, with your universe, with your G1, with any kind of Transformers collection that you got, or if you got a Ghostbusters collection, it goes perfect with it too. So there you guys go. Oh yes, I forgot. So they did do the license plate. Does say Ecto-1. It doesn't have one in the back, but I'm probably gonna see if I can get some repro labels and do that. Slap that on there. So it does have quite a bit of detail. The one thing people were not happy about it was all the translucent plastic in there. But it's not like it opens up and you can put Ghostbusters in there. It's a great little piece, and I do appreciate it. It is a official GM licensed figure. So to me, it feels like it'd be more in scaled with some of the more recent movie figures, like the Studio Series. So it would just go great with any collection, man. Ghostbusters, Transformers, and if you like collecting cars, if you're a Cadillac man, by golly, pick it up. So thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate everything. I got some interesting things planned for 2020, and I'm really excited to share them with you guys. Also, if you guys don't know, I do have a Instagram that is _robotic_beastman, and I do stream. Yes, I do stream. Yes, I do indeed on Mixer. That is true, and that is at the Mighty Beastman. If you guys want to, follow me, that'd be awesome. Also, I'm on Twitter, also with the same The Mighty Beastman. I really want next year to be prosperous for the community. For multiple communities. Ghostbusters, Transformers, Marvel, DC, Ninja Turtles, Star Wars, Star Trek. If you guys haven't seen The Mandalorian, I've seen some of it. It's really good, and I'm looking forward to seeing that Picard series coming out because that looks awesome too. So, thank you guys for watching. If you guys really liked it, let me know below. Hit the like button. Don't smash it because I don't want you guys to break, anything. I don't want that on my conscience for another year. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section. Did you guys like the Clark Griswold figures? Did you guys like the Ecto one with the Slimer? Let me know, and let's keep on rocking in the free world. You guys have a fantastic New Year's, and keep on rocking in the free world. You guys have a good time. Bye.